So I'm going to throw my hat into the ring, I suppose, and talk about some things that I've seen other light workers posting on. And whether you consider yourself a light worker or not, or whether, you're just on a healing journey, it can look different to a lot of different people. You don't have to call it light work or shadow work. I know that for 25 years I've been doing light work and shadow work, and for some people, you're here to do one more than the other. They do go hand in hand, and maybe I'll do another video explaining my personal take on it. Because lately what I've seen is there's some polarizing commentary from people in, certain spiritual communities, and it's not leaving a lot of room for people to have discussion. It's people saying, well, everyone has an opinion, but that doesn't mean you're right. And a lot of people saying, well, but what I feel, what I see, that's correct. And it's correct for you, because the way that you feel information is differently than the way I feel information. And if we keep the lines of communication open, we can actually come to a better understanding about things as a whole. Because there's a lot of things that are being shared about the 144,000, just about 5D in general, and about 3D, and a lot of it from the perspective that I have is some of it is correct, but there's also a lot more to it. And I tend to not generally share everything that I know. Some people are not ready to hear that. Some people find it very triggering. However, my partner Kelly and I, we have decided that we are going to start sharing a little bit more of some of the information we have. And this isn't to make us sound like we're right and everyone else is wrong, because I don't feel that anyone else is wrong. We need to remember that we feel it from our own perspective. And because every single one of us has a very different nervous system, we are going to elevate and raise our vibration in whatever way is necessary for us. And what that healing journey is going to look like is going to be different for every single person. There are billions of people on this planet. Everyone has a different perspective. Everyone has a different point of view or an opinion. And just because someone has an opinion, it doesn't mean that you have to adopt it as correct. It doesn't mean that you're right and we're wrong. As soon as we have that polarity where we go, someone's right and someone's wrong, well, then we've slipped back into duality. And we're trying to get out of that duality. So we like to try to leave it open for discussion, because I do want to discuss with people what it is they feel, what it is that they see. And it isn't to tell people that they're wrong. It's just when you do broaden your own perspective, when you accept that other people see things and feel things differently than you do, when you actually accept that, and then you can really accept that what you feel is okay. And nobody's trying to tell you that it isn't. But I've seen a lot of people that are trying to shut down conversations because, well, this is my post and nobody's going to try to talk to me on my post. And then I always think, well, why did you post it? I never post anything on social media that I don't want someone else to comment on and have a discussion with me, because there's always going to be people that come along. So if you're posting something and you just want people to agree with you, maybe that's something that you want to look at, because not everyone is going to agree with you, because we're all in a very different place. When I started my journey 25 years ago, the things that I knew, the snippets of the memories that I had, a lot of the past life memories that I had, the snippets I had of them, whole other perspective when you start to actually do the healing work. And then you open yourself up to more information. And where does this information come from? It comes from inside. You have your own Akashic records inside. You have all the information that you need literally written in your tissue, in your DNA, in your very bones. You don't need to go outside of yourself. Sometimes you might need help and support to be able to go inside and unlock that for yourself. I still require help sometimes. In fact, I'm working through something right now that I specifically asked my guides if I was able to deal with it on my own. And the answer was no. I actually do have to consult with a couple of people and my guides to figure this out, because this is going to be a group effort. Not sure how much I'm going to share about that, but this is the key, is the discernment about whether or not you can do something. So all I'm trying to say is that everyone has a different perspective. Be open to what other people have to say. Be open to what other people have to share. Take what resonates with you. Let it sit. If something triggers you, let that sit. Why does it trigger you? That somebody else might know something that you don't. Because I'm always feeling. I'm always looking. I'm always wanting to know what someone else is thinking, because do they have a piece of information that maybe that I need that I don't have? But if you close yourself off to that and you think, well, I know everything, let me tell you, if you've been doing your journey for 5 years, in 10 years from now, you're going to feel different about things. Listen to the people who have been doing this for decades. Not that you have to adopt everything that they do, but they've got some things to share. And there's a lot of people that are new that I like to hear their perspective on, because, maybe I'm an old dog and I have something that I, need to, hear a fresh perspective on. It's why I love listening to my kids. They don't have the life experience or anything that I do, but they do have their own experiences in the world. So I love to hear what they have to say. So just think about that. Keep your heart open, everyone. Don't close down your mind. Keep everything open, because you know what? You don't shift anything with it up here. It starts in here.